Good morning, Melty. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. A little late start this morning, but I'm here. Stayed up probably too late again last night, but I'm here. Okay. Boot.dev time. Good morning, Gun Highs. Thanks for being a member. Apologies for the yawn. Hope you're doing well. No problem. Thanks for being a streamer. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can I claim the streamer title? I don't know if I can claim the YouTuber title. I don't know. I don't feel like I feel like I'm just a normal dude, you know? Normal dude who turns on the camera while he works on his computer. Oh, you know what? I think my Git T server's down. Let me restart that. All right, we'll see if it comes back alive. Good morning, Kale. Nice to see you. I think that's the phenomenon of you being yourself, talking like a dude to another dudes. That's awesome, man. Thanks for being a streamer. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, there's nothing particularly special going on over here, you know, just a random dad in Kansas streaming on the internet. Trad coding appreciation. I like that. What the heck happened? My machine just straight up. Huh. That's weird. One of my the machine that my Git server runs on, it is down, and when I tried to turn it back on, it booted into grub mode. Seems weird. Explosive diarrhea. Dude, that's a real thing right now here in the States. There's been several cases in the county where I live. It's kind of crazy. Some sort of, I guess it can take like 2 to 3 weeks before your symptoms even start. I heard that Taco Bell messed up. I honestly have no idea like what the origin source or anything like that is, but yeah, I think we'll be okay. We'll just avoid, I guess the real problem is like bagged lettuce, I think is what my wife said. So we'll avoid healthy foods for a little while. Kale, you can repair a live Linux USB. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really know. I've never had to do that before. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, it seems to be fucked up. It's up, Mark. Oh, let's see. Can I beat you? Maybe. 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 I think I beat you. Damn, no. I did not beat you. I didn't see your Twitter message. Hello, Estefanos. Thanks for being a member, man. Appreciate you. You can help later if you need assistance. Yeah, that'd be great, man. That'd be great. Nice. Mark's got a watch streak. 10 consecutive. Let's go. Thank you very much, Mark, for hanging around. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. It's very kind of you. All right. Well, we're back for more of the same. More of the boot.dev. You should be able to type exit and enter OS. But if you need to repair the bootloader, I can help. Okay. Here, I'll try that real quick. Yeah, that seems like that's going to be a little bit more of an involved process to fix. Is there a way to code in your phone? I think people have figured that out. I've seen a couple people post in my Discord about making a terminal on their phone, but I'm not familiar with how one would actually set all that up. Nor would I be someone who would want to code from my phone. Coding seems like a big screen task to me. Oh, there you go. Turnbucks on a phone and NeoVim works great. See, there you go, Mark. There's people already doing it. Ah, there you go. And Kale's got a resource on the GitHub. I need my Glove 80 to code for more than 30 minutes. Hey, I feel you there. I like to be on the computer. I like to be on the computers. Complete the get mail to link for email function. It should return a mail to URL for the given email, even if empty. So what, you're just saying I should do this? Return success. Excuse me. Let's see, the Jello server uses URL paths to denote different resources. For example, issues projects. The entire server is hosted at the path, so all requests must be prefixed with that path. Update the URL in the code to fetch project data by using this path. Got that. Fantastic. We're off to a good start this morning. Let's see, they rarely change which page is served, the contents of the page, which page is served. Where are you at the boot.dev now? I'm about where we left off yesterday. I don't really work on it much off stream. So I'm level 74 and I am currently on chapter, what is it? Chapter 5 of Learn HTTP Clients in Go. So I'm pretty much the same where I was. Complete the get content type function. It takes a pointer to an HTTP response as input and should return the content type header. Use the .get method on the response struct's header field to get what you want. Okay. Hey, good morning, Zuas. How is it that dev that uses AI to code I want learn? I think a lot of devs just like the speed, right? The speed and kind of the ease that using AI brings to coding. I think coding used to be building projects and solving problems. I think in a lot of ways it used to be pretty difficult, and AI has made it a lot easier, you know. So I don't blame them. So it returns empty string if it's not there. So return res dot headers dot get. And I don't blame them, you know. I don't blame them, especially people who've been in the industry for a really long time. I'm sure it's very nice to have a superpower like that, you know. Let's see, res dot headers. Header. You know, to each his own, right? To each his own. We can all live life the way we want to live it, as long as we're not messing with each other. Let's see, not that. Do you know a YouTube people who do it so I can learn? You mean you want to learn how to use AI to code? Is that what you're saying? I just encountered a really interesting thing. Got called racist for saying an example of cultural body language is Indians wobbling their heads. So I Google it, and I think AI proved people call anything categorizing racist. Gemini responded, no, Indians do not typically wobble their hands. Instead, they are famous for the head wobble. Huh. That's very random, and I wouldn't, that statement wouldn't have struck me as racist, but, you know, we're on the internet, so go figure. Also, thank you for the watch streak. Appreciate it, Oblivion. You and Mark are holding it down for us on Twitch. It's very kind of you. Suhas, yes, we do it. Let's see. Web Dev Cody is pretty deep into showing a lot of his approaches to coding with agents, and I like him. He's a YouTuber I've been following for a while. So his channel here has quite a bit on it if you scroll back a little bit, but recently he kind of switched back to posting mostly like architectural related things on this channel, I think. But there is some agent stuff here, and then he started a new YouTube channel called I think it's called Agentic something. Let me see if I can find it. That's where he's posting all his newest kind of agent inspired.
I really don't like making these.
Yeah, Agentic Jumpstart is the name of the other channel that he started. That's more focused on the AI use in coding. So he's somebody I trust, and somebody I think who's obviously a very experienced engineer who's employed and working. And so if that's what you're kind of more interested in learning right now, then I would definitely go check out his content. I mean, there's a plethora of content on it. I mean, you really can't scroll through YouTube without seeing somebody either vibe coding or talking about their latest workflow. You can use the developer tools to view responses. True. On the first page loads, what are the most common status codes you see in the network tab? 200. Or you hope you see a bunch of 200s. Excuse me. Even I pollute your chat with AI gibberish. I don't think you pollute the chat. I don't think any of you guys pollute the chat. I think we've done a really good job at keeping the chat pretty chill, you know. I think having a members only mode and or not a members only, a sub only mode and a followers only mode, I think helps a lot with that. I think it keeps a lot of the riffraff out. It's been quite a while since I've had many trolls in the chat, which is good. I kid. Okay, there's a bug in our main function. It should get a project from the Jello app, log that project to the console, update the project, send those changes back to the server, get the project struck again, log the updated project. Run the code in its current state to see the return values. Will do. Good morning, Rockin' Brain. How are you? I don't know if you can call me a smart dev, but I like to do dev stuff. Notice that the two structs that are logged to the console are the same. That's because the X API key that they are using is different. The update isn't being applied to the same account that we're checking in the last get projected response. Use the same API key value in the last call. Okay. Hey, what's up, Gregor Mendel? How are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that, man. It's very kind of you. Yep. I hope you have a wonderful day too. I hope you have a wonderful day. This would be false. What is one values you see in the response headers for the content type key? You might have to look at several requests. Complete the get users function. It should call http.get using its URL parameter, decode the JSON data from the response, and return it. Okay, so we're expecting, I guess, a set of responses. So let's just go ahead and say http error. No. So we need a rec, we need an error. http.new request. Oh. http.get URL. Call this the res. If error does not equal nil, return, I guess, nil, and then we'll return that error. Otherwise, we'll do var users and we can do so how does it want us to do this? Let's see. So it gave us encoding JSON as the import. So I guess I could do decoder equals JSON new decoder, pass in res.body. Oh, we also need to call defer res.body.close. Then we need to actually try to JSON.decode, pass in our reference to users, and if there is an error, we'll do something with it. And we'll return users and error. Otherwise, we'll return nil there. Declared and not used. Oh, yep. No new variables on the left side. Does decode not return anything? JSON. New decoder. Decode. Huh. Looks like that looks a little different than what I'm doing, but oh, this is unnecessary. I feel like this should like be problematic, right? It seems like there's an operation here that could fail, but maybe not. Where's the Marshall operator? Unmarshall. JSON. Unmarshall. Okay. All right. Keep making progress here. Let's see. HTTP methods map to CRUD operations by convention. To update a user account, I would probably use well, I guess I would say it depends on how you're updating it. If you're doing a complete replacement, then probably put. But if you're doing partial updates, probably patch. Okay, we're going to add a body to our request. Okay, take a URL, an API key string, and user data as parameters. Encode the user data using json.marshall. Create a new post request using HTTP new request. Use bytes.newBuffer to create an IO reader from the JSON data. Modify the request headers. Set the X API key header with API key. Make the request using the HTTP client's do method. You can create a new HTTP client or use the default. Decode and return the JSON's body, which is also a user. Okay, so we need to basically do similar to the left, right? So we'll do, let's see, JSON JSON. Say JSON.marshal the data. If there was an error marshaling, then we want to check. We will return a well, I guess we can't return nil, can we? Because it's not a pointer, so we have to do the same thing they did. Return a struct. Then we're going to create a request. So we'll say JSON buffer equals bytes.new buffer. We'll pass in our JSON data. Opinions are disallowed because someone could be offended. I don't know about that. That seems a little wild to me, right? I mean, people are allowed to have opinions. Yeah, I figured there was sarcasm in it. I figured that was the case, but I think that's wild that that's how some people actually walk around the internet. You know? I already have my buffer. Okay. And if there was an error creating the request, we say if error does not equal nil, do the wizardry and return another user. I almost wonder, what if we just var user do this. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. You submitted a bug report and they patched it. That's awesome. Was it for like a particular game? Many walk the internet trying to be offended at something, not even buy it. That's so true. That's so true. It's like they turn on their computer or open their phone and they think, what can piss me off today? Oh, that's cool. Did that come out? I didn't realize that was out. The new Assassin's Creed? Have you been playing it? I'm kind of jealous. Assassin's Creed Shadow, right? That's the name of it. Oh, Black Flag resynchronized. Huh, I haven't heard of that one. I thought the new one was newest. Then I submitted bugs. Now I'm doing it. That's awesome. Well, I sat down to play my game, and actually, I turned out to be auditing it for bugs. Oh, Shadow's the second new one. Okay. I don't think I played Shadow. I did play Black Flag, and I thought Black Flag was really good. I mean, Black Flag was much more of like a pirate game than it was an Assassin's Creed game, but I mean, I still had a ton of fun. That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Well, I guess it's people like you that we all benefit from that are willing to see something, say something, you know? Okay, then we need to set our header. So we'll say rec.header.set content type. Huh. Very interesting. Well, appreciate you for giving them some free QA. Okay, and then we create a new client. Like so, and then we say response error client.do the request we built. Now we'll say if there was an error, then we will return our user and our error. Otherwise, we will defer, we will read the body. So we need to close the body. And then we will decode decoder JSON.new decoder. And then we'll do decoder.decode, pass in the reference to our user, and then return our user. Oh, so decode does return an error. If error is not equal nil, return user nil for error. Return nil here. Decoder? What? I don't even know her name. Oh, really? Shadows was buggy? Yeah, I kind of fell off. I kind of fell off getting the Assassin's Creed every year 2 or 3 years ago, but man, that was one of my favorite game franchises by far. By far one of my favorite. I played a ton of Assassin's Creed. I don't know. I feel like they kind of lost their way after Altair, and then after what was it in Ezio? They I feel like they were kind of a little wayward in terms of the storyline. What I never understood about the Assassin's Creed franchise is I never understood why they didn't just bring it. Oh, Valhalla was great. Valhalla was really good. The fact that you could be an assassin with an axe was pretty baller. But I feel like I never understood why they never brought Assassin's Creed into the modern age. Like why didn't they ever release a game where you were playing as Desmond like full time? Like bring the storyline. It was cool that the storyline involved going back in time, but like move the storyline into the future. I never really understood that. Yeah, they just dropped the whole alien stuff, didn't they? They did. They just walked away from it. Games really haven't evolved since 2020. I tell you what, it definitely feels like in 2026 it's a little bit of a games wasteland out there. All the streamers that I typically follow, it seems like they're all very much looking for the next thing. And I feel that in my own gaming life. It's like what's the next game that we're all going to be on top of? I never played Watch Dogs. I think my sons have played a little bit of the Watch Dogs franchise, but I don't think I've ever played it. Not having enough coffee pisses me off. I missed that comment. I just saw that comment. I'm sorry, Cyberlanka. Hope you're doing well. I missed your message. But that also pisses me off, not having enough coffee. It's Saints Row, but for developers. What's it called? The Pieces of Eden? Oh no, Watch Dogs is. Oh, interesting. Well, then I feel like that would be a game that I would like to play. Lets players hack into a city's digital infrastructure and fight against a dystopian regime. Huh. I might have to take a spin at that. That sounds fun. That sounds very fun. Yeah, I would love to do that. Watch Dogs is like Saints Row for developers. The feel of Saints Row physics, but in a game that's like Mr. Robot. I had no idea it had a hacker storyline to it. Mr. Robot is one of my favorite shows. I've watched that show end to end. I don't know, probably 10 times. Yeah, so good. So good. So good. Suits is great, but not related. I like Suits. I like Suits a lot. I like White Collar. All those USA shows. There was kind of like a time in television, at least here in the States, where like USA made some of the better TV shows. Burn Notice. Like it was kind of, there was a little bit of a golden age going on the USA network. The first one is super tone deaf too. Oh yeah, Mr. Robot's great. Oh, Watch Dogs is super tone deaf. Is that what you said? Caffeinated Minds? And the obvious Silicon Valley. Yes, Silicon Valley is very funny. Silicon Valley is very funny. I actually found that show before I worked in tech, and so I thought a lot of the stuff in it was kind of hyperbole or like exaggerated. And now I see. I mean, obviously, I've never worked in Silicon Valley, but now I see some of those stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. You know, it's very funny. They're all those USA shows. Yeah, they. Oh my goodness, Kale, that's so fucking funny. They're all those USA shows to me. I guess I never thought about it like that. No, all I meant to say is that the Watch Dogs games have a very different tone between 1 and 2. Oh, very interesting. Okay. Well, then I probably need to make some time to play some games. Yeah? Yeah, I need to make some time to explore some of these games. Yeah. Yep. I used to play video games quite a bit with the boys. Lately, I haven't. They've been super into the games that they've been into have been a little not on my radar. Like they play a lot of these mod games on Fortnite that creators have made. They started playing this game recently. It's on Xbox Game Pass. It's like you try to turn a planet into a habitable world. Let me see if I can find the name of it. It looks like a lot of fun. They've been playing it with their buddies online. Xbox Game Pass, Planet something. It's kind of like that's what when my son was telling me about it, I thought that sounds a lot like No Man's Sky, but it's something different. Planet Habit Game Planet Crafter. It's called Planet Crafter. Have you heard of that? Planet. Yep, there you go. Planet Crafter. That's what they've been playing. And it looks fun. Sounds fun when they're playing. I've just been spending a shit ton of time writing code and programming the last year and a half or so. Almost all my free time, that's basically what I spend it doing, that or lifting weights. Yeah. A lot of 20-minute game sessions. Yeah, I just need to do a better job of trying to create some structure, I think, around my... Because I think right now what's happening is just I fill every allotted minute with one hobby, and I need to do a little bit better job of creating some structure in my week for, like, you know, tonight I'm going to do this versus every night just being default to hacking on some project. Because I do think there's a lot of benefit to exploring other topics and domains outside of the one that's kind of your main, you know? Yeah, Skyrim. Skyrim's always a good game to play, for sure. Yeah, Friday night resets. I like it. When I was younger, I could not stick to a hobby for more than a week before starting another. Well, that's all. I mean, that's also a good way to get exposed to lots of different things, right? You just hobby hop. Don't turn into the hustle guy from the Krazam video. Dude, Krazam's funny. That guy's funny. But he used to be like a engineering manager at Amazon, right? So I guess that's why his stuff it lands so well, is because he used to kind of live a lot of the... He probably has lived a lot of the situations that he's turned into parodies. Yeah, I could totally see how different hobbies, lots of different hobbies, would definitely make you very good at learning. Which I feel like is the meta skill. Learning as the meta skill is the one that is super, super valuable. Let's see. Encode the user data as JSON. We can do that. Can we do that? How do we do that? JSON.Marshall. ADHD is a meta skill. Like, that's a very positive way to look at it. I like it. One thing I can't seem to learn is how not to procrastinate. Well, I guess some people seem to do well with like having that time crunch seems to motivate them. So maybe that's just the way you work, you know, having that type of deadline be present is what gets you up and moving. Operating on 4 hours of sleep, 2 jobs, full-time uni, and unmedicated. Dude, yeah, you're in the thick of it, man. Life is busy for you right now. Life is busy for you. I discovered early on it has a lot of benefits, was never medicated, never planned to. Although that also means if I ever need to work 9 to 5, I'll need to get my hands on some hard shit. if you ever want to come join us normies over here in the office, you're gonna... That's hilarious. Hey, Larzanya, nice. Good to see you, Bradley. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, your new username's funny. I like it. Larzanya. I did that too. Work and uni full time at the same time. It's tough. It really is tough. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's a busy time of life for sure if you do it that way. It makes the time after that feel much easier, right? You're like, what? you almost are like, man, I can't believe how busy I was now looking back. I did a 3-year degree while also working full time. Yeah, that's brutal. It is brutal. It is, because you got to figure you're probably doing 40 hours a week at least of school, and then probably another 30, 40 working full time. Been at uni for 7, yeah. But you're getting your master's, right, Kale? That's why you're there. That's why you've been there. You're doing an MS in something, aren't you? Yeah, in aviation. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, it was something like that. But yeah, it makes sense then. It makes sense then why you've been in college for 7 years. You're doing work. You're like, what do I do with my hands? What? That's I think that's cool. I think those are very good complementary, especially if that's the field you want to work in, right? If you want to do something in aviation related stuff, I feel like those are very complementary. Anything will be easier. I feel that. I feel that. Um. Oh yeah, I can't necessarily answer that. Also, I'll let Kale stick to it. Excuse me. So you have full URL. I don't know the signature of these methods off the top of my head. HTTP.new request. So it's method URL body. Excuse me. And then we'll say JSON buffer equals bytes.new buffer. Pass in the JSON data. JSON buffer. Okay. Hey, good morning, Arvin. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope things have calmed down a little bit where you are. need to lurk again and focus on work, well, feel free. I'm trying to use this Pomodoro timer to try to balance chat versus boot.dev. But I don't want to ignore you guys either, so I try to prioritize chat over most things because I feel like if you wanted to ignore chat, then you probably should just not stream, you know?
Did we just become best friends?
Hey, thanks for the follow, Parm7M. Appreciate that. It's very kind of you. I just did bachelor's in IT, focusing on programming units. Was it useful? I mean, mostly I guess it kept me focused on changing careers. Without deadlines, assignments, I likely would have given up. There's for sure value in structure. I mean, that's a lot of why people hire personal trainers. You know, a lot of personal trainers are decently good. I mean, there are bad ones, but a lot of it comes down to accountability. What you're paying for someone is expecting you to show up, right? And that's a lot of what kind of a degree brings to you, right? Somebody has kind of built a path and a curriculum for you, and they're somewhat going to hold you accountable to it. So there's value in accountability for sure, and structure. Hey, good morning, Justin. We are doing well, man. We're just we're chit-chatting about life. We were talking about video games. Working through some boot.dev myself. Discussing kind of the finer points of working full-time and going to school full-time. So we're a little all over the place, but I think we're all doing pretty decent. Yeah, sleepy. I feel that. It was hard getting out of bed this morning. I feel that. Okay. So we've got that function done. Now I need to do the next function. Pecan coffee, that'll get you going. I'm about to the end of my current cup of coffee, and then I'm going to have to make some more. Faux show. decode. I tell you what, the decode operation in Go is it's kind of verbose to type over and over. Okay, and then we do air equals decoder dot decode. Asking our user. If air does not equal nil, return our user and air. Otherwise, return nil and the user. Okay, let's see if it runs. Declared not used, full URL. Oh, yep. This guy. Okay, cannot use a res variable as user value in return statement. Where's that? 65. Yep, you are correct. Can't do that. And then where's the other one? 77? No, yeah, 77. So these should be flipped. It should be user and nil. There we go. Think we did it. Okay, patch versus put. Yeah, put is more popular than patch. But the thing about patch is actually, this is kind of a thing you don't see in APIs a lot, but there's a whole specification around patch operations that a lot of people don't implement. But theoretically, you're supposed to be able to like patch an array of things. There's JSON patch specification. Yeah, see, like, there's a whole bunch of operations you're supposed to be able to give a patch document, right? You can specify an operation, the path where you want to perform that operation. You don't see this in many APIs, though. Most APIs just offer partial resource updating as like a convention or a canonical thing that they implement. Most people don't actually use this, which I think is kind of interesting because it seems like it's a kind of a nice feature, but it also does seem like it would be kind of a pain in the ass to implement. You don't see that much. I don't think I've ever worked with an API that actually does that. I am 5 beers deep and ready to type some really bad Rust. There's a sound on TikTok. Let me see if I can find it. That always makes me laugh. I'm ripping 5 beers and I'm ready to write some of the shittiest Rust code you've ever seen in your life. Just slamming beers and ripping cigs and writing memory safe code. What a way to end your day, you know? What a way to wrap up the day. I tell you what, that just sounds like a party. Yeah, that does sounds like a blast. Bro, grab your beers and your slop cannons. We're gonna show these vibe coders how to really do it. Crank some ACDC and just live your best life. we don't even need AI to write slop. we've been writing slop since before there was slop cannons. Grab your beers, grab your slop cannons. We're about ready to set new PR. Feast your eyes upon my ortholinear keyboard. That's some nerdy shit, but it's very fucking funny. I can't find that TikTok sound I wanted to show you. I don't know. I'll find it one of these days. Talking comments from now on. You get That's actually really funny. Super duper uber important. Do not touch, lest you risk bringing down the whole business. Jason left 10 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, we're always very optimistic about when we'll get back to things, aren't we? I think I'm going to set some water on to boil. I've gotta run upstairs and get my coffee maker real quick. Let's see. Pause that. Skip. Okay, I'll be right back. Windows is shit, but it is worse than Mac OS. I don't know, man. I don't know. Windows is okay, honestly. I've made my peace with it. You know, this is my lot in life. I can respect a self-aware idiot, but not a self-aware one. I kind of agree with that statement.
We can't see your screen, bruh.
I'm back. I need to reevaluate my life. Well, maybe if I get more into game dev, then I'll be able to justify my decision a little bit more. Yay, we're back. The coffee. Hey, FE911s. It was good to see you over on Bash Bunny's stream yesterday. That was fun. It's kind of fun when we run into each other out there on the World Wide Web. Okay, coffee acquired. I'm just gonna keep this documentation site open over here. Okay. All right. Now we're working on delete operations. Let's see. Complete the delete user function. It takes a base URL ID and API key as inputs. You'll need to convert a new request. Okay, so we do. HTTP.new request. You take in the method, which is going to be delete, full URL, and we set this to nil. If there's an error, you'll return it. Otherwise, we'll do rec.set. Set the API key. Then we'll say, let's see, response error equals client.do rec. We obviously need a client. If the error does not equal nil, then we'll return it. Otherwise, we will return the status code, I think is what they want. Check if the status code indicates a return an error, otherwise return. Okay, so what would I guess we should probably just check to say is res dot status code greater than 199 and res dot status code is less than 400, probably would be a good check. Format imported not used, cannot use res dot status code. Oh, I guess we'll just say if res.status code. Check the response. If the status code indicates a non-successful response, return an error. Okay, so if res.status code is greater than 199 and res.status code is less than 400, we will return nil. Excuse me. Otherwise, return errors.new. Houston, we've got a problem. We'll just go ahead and pass the status code to. Oh, they probably want us to do. They actually probably want us to do this format dot error f. I'm guessing is what they want us to do. Success.
something you're probably already familiar with. Take a look at this URL. /courses/learn HTTP clients Golang is the URL path. It's the bit after the domain name or after the port if one was explicitly supplied. Now, a URL path is just a string in a request that the server can use to decide what to serve back in an HTTP response. And the server can do whatever it wants. But there are some strong conventions about how the URL path should be parsed by the server. So let's start with a simple example, a static website. Suppose you have these files on disk. If you run a simple static file server like Caddy or Nginx from the root of this website's directory, it will
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. My bad.
Mapping the file hierarchy directly onto the URL path. So if your server's running on HTTP localhost 8080, then 8080 slash will serve that index.html file at the root. Now, maybe the HTML inside that page is just big text that says homepage. So that's what you'll see when you visit the URL. But you might wonder, why didn't I have to navigate to /index.html? Well, it's because most file servers assume that when you navigate to a directory path, in this case, the root / without an explicit file name, index.html is just the default file for that directory. Now, say you wanted to access that contact.html page.
A server is a computer,
with /contact,
but not all computers are servers.
/contact.html. Though just /contact without the HTML extension is the cleaner convention. And of course, images can also be served over HTTP. So this directory, /images, will likely actually return a 404 not found because we didn't give the name of the file. Some servers might dynamically generate an HTML page that lists the directory contents, but that just depends on the server, which is something you're going to hear me saying a lot. So to load the actual image, we just need to use the full file path, /images/boots.png. Okay, so now we've seen how a static file server just maps the URL paths to file system.
The insanity of that system, or of that statement.
In dynamic custom web applications, the server may not be serving static files at all. Instead, the backend might return JSON data that it's constructed based on what's in a database. And in that case, the URL paths are probably used to access specific resources.
Big Tej.
For example, /users might
I think this is Lane. This is the guy who runs boot.dev.
/489 might return the user with the ID 489. And in these scenarios, the server decides how each path is handled, and so your only option is really to read the API docs or to be familiar with the backend code yourself to know what's allowed. One final convention worth mentioning is just that URL paths should generally map to distinct resources. Whether those are files, database records, or generated content, different paths should not return the same data.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Similarly,
Yeah,
repeated
they look
requests
similar.
on the same path should return the same resource, or at least the
I
same
think Tej doesn't wear glasses though most of the time.
Query parameters, on the other hand, could be used to
They both seem like nice people.
modifier
Seem like down to
but
earth,
the path itself is what should be
normal
used to
folks.
indicate the
I think Tej lives in the Midwest. I think he's from the Midwest originally. I think Lane lives in Utah or something. So I think they're pretty like regular, normal people. There's something about people that hang out in Silicon Valley that really distorts their view of the rest of the world, in my opinion. So I kind of like people who are based outside of Silicon Valley who talk about tech or into tech. They seem to be much more middle of the road and kind of level-headed than the folks who spend all their time in San Francisco. Regular, normal people. You know what I mean. I mean, just like they just seem more in touch with the rest of the world, you know? Like, I imagine if you live in Silicon Valley, you probably really do believe that a lot of people just want to spend their days talking to their AI agents. But like that's like just outside of that little bubble. That's not a thing. That's not what most people are doing, right? Like that's just I think it just really skews your perception of the world. SF is real socially homogenous in terms of the toxic tech culture. That's what my perception is from the outside. Obviously, I've never been there. I've never lived there. I've never worked there. So all I'm able to base my or my conclusions are drawn purely from what I experience from afar. But based on the rhetoric I see online and stuff, it just doesn't seem like they're in touch with us normies over here. I'll have my agent talk to your agent. That's right. That's our future, man. Our future is wrangling agents and having spending a bunch of tokens between agents to try to figure stuff out. I'll have my goat talk to your goat. Let's see. This is a flexible function that, given a path, makes a GET request to the Jello server and returns the response body. So you just want me to append path here. I wonder if... Fantastic. See, RESTful servers communicate the state of resources. They don't expose access to arbitrary server commands. I think I mean, that would be the idea. Does a backend server need to adhere to RESTful standards? No. No. The part of a URL typically denotes the resource. The last. RESTful servers communicate. Oh, already answered down. Okay, query params here. The backend team building Jello server has added support for query. Oh, I forgot to start my timer. Also, I think I forgot to set up notifications when I started it. There we go. Hi, doctor. Well, I've got this weird lump, and 1 second, let me just type this into Gemini. No, it's more like this. This is how the future will really be. Let me show you. Let me show you a glimpse into the future. Hi, Gemini. I'm at the doctor's office today. Can you please explain to him what I've been talking to you about for the last 24 hours about how I feel?
This information does not constitute medical advice or diagnosis. Please consult with a healthcare professional for care. I don't have a record of what you were discussing.
Or then it'll be this, and then it'll be this. Hey, Gemini, the doctor's here and they're explaining what's wrong to me. Can you please listen to them and then summarize what they said back to me?
I'm ready when you are. Just let me know when the doctor starts talking, and I'll summarize what they say.
That's... Hey, Gemini, what's wrong with me? Yeah, I don't know, man. There is value. I don't want anyone to think that I'm AI hater, because I'm not. I'm not an AI hater. I think there's value in the technology, but the way people end up using it seems to be more the ways we wouldn't want them to than the ways we would want them to. And the things we use it for don't seem to be particularly valuable. We're cooked. Oh, did you guys see? There was a bunch of news at the beginning. Let me pause the timer for a second. There was a bunch of news at the beginning of this week about a bunch of these companies that are investing in AI apparently have a bunch of debt that is off balance sheet debt. So very similar to kind of what Enron was doing right before their collapse, I guess. They're using these special, what do they call them? Special vehicles, special, let's see, AI off balance sheet debt. I guess it's something like, it's like billions and billions of dollars. There you go. $1.65 trillion of off balance sheet debt. Basically, they have debt that doesn't show up on their balance sheet. That is that not crazy? $1.65 trillion. That's super shady. God, that flash banged me. Why is that? Huh. Wonder why it chose that color for the... I think it was Nikkei. Yeah, Nikkei was the company. Nikkei AI off balance sheet. Hidden debt at 5 AI hyperscalers hits $1.65 trillion, Nikkei study finds. Off-balance sheet debt at Alphabet, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Oracle has grown roughly eightfold since 2022, reaching an estimated $1.65 trillion, according to a new Nikkei analysis. That figure now exceeds the 5 companies' combined on-balance sheet debt of roughly $1.35 trillion, meaning the liabilities investors can see in a standard debt-to-equity ratio are larger than the ones they can. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, this thing's gonna pop at some point, and it probably, these 5 companies, these guys right here, these guys will be fine when it does pop. I think these guys will be fine. Maybe Oracle not so much, but these guys they'll come through it okay. But the problem will be all like the smaller, like the Core Weaves, right? Those types of companies. Those will be the companies that get really decimated when this thing pops. That's some crazy shit, man. My prediction is that token usage / subscriptions will get increasingly more expensive to the point where larger tech companies will review their costs and cut AI costs, realize their devs can't code, then start hiring people who can code. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there will be a reckoning. I mean, you're kind of already seeing that. I guess a lot of some of these bigger AI spenders have already pivoted to cheaper, lower cost Chinese models. So, I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, CFOs don't fuck around, you know, like when it comes to earnings season and the CFOs are like, we're spending how much on this and we haven't made a penny more in revenue because of it. All right, that there's going to be a reckoning. And then if the spend isn't there, then all this debt that has been accumulated because there was, you know, this drive to build out all this compute and there's no spend or revenue to support it, right? Somebody's going to have to eat that. Like, it's like the name of the game. Someone's going to eat that cost. Which will be, and it'll be painful. Yeah, you are. I mean, CFOs, CEOs, they have a fiduciary responsibility to shareholders, right? That that is who they are supposed to be taking care of. So I understand why CFOs don't fuck around. I mean, that's their job, right? Like, that's what they're supposed to do. But yeah, there's definitely trouble a brewing. There is trouble a brewing. Okay, update this with a query param. So we want to do experience. The documentation of an HTTP server. How the heck am I supposed to memorize all these different how all these different servers work? And remember, friends, 6 hours of debugging can save you 5 minutes of reading documentation. The server is the captain now. The same goes for query parameters. While there are a lot of strong conventions around how servers should interpret pass and query params, the servers can do whatever it wants. That's why you need docs. What should you do if the documentation isn't clear about how to use the API? Although I will say this is not actually plausible in a lot of cases. I don't know about you guys, but there's been a lot of APIs I've worked with where getting in contact with the people who know how this thing works, or to point out a discrepancy between the docs and how the thing works, is actually kind of a pain in the ass in a lot of cases. A lot of times this is what I've had to resort to. Is just making a lot of exploratory requests to figure out what the behavior should be. Complete the fetch task function. It should add 2 query parameters to the URL pass to get issues. Sort by estimate. Set the value for limit based on the availability. Okay. So how do you want to do this? I guess I'll do availability. We will default it to 0, and then we'll say low. Something like this. I honestly don't know how. And then just default it to, I guess I'll just default it to, we'll just make the default the same as the last case. And then we can just sort by estimate. So then down here we'll say f.sprintf, and we'll do sort equals estimate, and then availability. I promise I can spell. So it'll be %d. Undefined format. Guess I can pull that in. In my previous company, we were using MS Service Fabric and begging for over a year about .NET 8 upgrade. I think they had like one guy on the project who never replied to anything. It's crazy that people can get away with being like that at work. Like, that just blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. Okay, we failed all 3. So why did we fail all 3? So we have sort equals Oh, this is supposed to be limit, not availability. Whoopsies. Yeah, we do submit. Okay. One failed. Availability high. High should be 5 issues. We got 7. So we're sorting by the estimate. Huh. Okay, let's extract this out into some, let's see, query params. I guess let's just print full URL, see what that looks like. Make sure we're getting what we expect. Okay, that looks right. So let's see. It's obviously gonna fail. Okay, so we got limit. Our limit is set to 0. So why is our limit being set to 0? What are they passing in availability high? So does that mean they're giving us something? I'm guessing that means they're giving us something. Oh, I guess I can look at the test, can't I? So what are you giving me on that test? No, you're giving me high, huh? Oh, does Go not have fall throughs? God, it's hard to remember which ones do and which ones don't. Go, switch, fall through. No, Go switch statements do not fall through. Ah, okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Success. Somehow developer has still managed to try to fix the bug. make a GET request to the URL. Let's see, client equals http.client. If a network error occurs, return a 0 status code in the following error, where %v is the error value. Let's see. Network errors happen when there are problems reaching the server. Returned by the... Okay, so if error does not equal nil, then we return 0, and error format dots error f. And what do you want? You want it to be network error. Excuse me. If the response does not have a status code 200, okay, if res.status code does not equal 200, return res.status code and format error f non-okay http status. Okay. Making progress, making progress. Although this one I kind of debate. It's not required, but gosh dang, is a debugger a much more efficient way, in my opinion, than throwing print statements everywhere. I mean, I know there's some good printf debuggers out in the world, but still think a debugger is pretty valuable. Do you use Pomodoro for your day job? I do. I use Pomodoro pretty much for everything. I have this terrible personality trait of becoming very fixated on things. It helps me solve problems. Like I'm kind of like a dog with a bone, right? If I've got something I'm working on and I can't figure it out, I won't walk away from it. You know what I mean? And the Pomodoro is nice because it's sort of giving me this permission ahead of time that says, look, you're going to spend 25 minutes of focus time on this, then you're going to step away for a minute, right? Or 5 minutes or whatever that is. But it's otherwise I'll sit at the desk for hours on end, right? And the whole day will run away from me and I won't have gotten up to, like eat lunch or to, stretch or, just get out of my chair. So you can relate to that. Yeah. So I've got this, I mean, it's a superpower in some cases because I think the ability to stick with a problem allows me to figure things out that other people have a hard time figuring out because they just get frustrated and give up. But it's also just not good for me as like a human being, right? Like it's not good to sit and stare at a screen in a chair for hours on end. So I try to use I was using, before we moved to the terminal, which is, I credit Kale for moving us to the terminal. I was using this app. It's called pomofocus.io. I've been using this for probably 4 years, 5 years now. But now that I have my terminal app, I'm just using it there. But it's a good way for me just to kind of check myself, you know. I go and sit in the park for lunch. That's super smart. Like that's something I've been trying to take advantage of since we moved to our new house. Is I've been trying to work in the backyard or sit on the front porch and work when it's nice outside. It's been pretty hot lately, so I haven't been doing that as much. But in the spring, I tried to do it as much as I can, and when the fall comes around, I'll do the same. I've actually got a really nice. I don't know about you guys, but this has been a really nice addition to my. So when I do work like away from my desk, I like to have 2 monitors if I can. And so I got this like portable, it's like a portable portable monitor, I guess. It's like probably 13-inch screen, but it's on this stand, and I think originally this was an iPad holder, like a iPad holder, I think is what it was originally. But this is what I use when I work like out in the backyard or on the front porch, so that I can have multiple screens, and it works really well. It wasn't very expensive either. It's just a single USB cord to connect it and power it. So I'll usually set up shop on the front porch like that and work for an hour or two. Good way to get out of the desk. Yeah, portable monitor is great. It's been one of the better purchases I've made over the last couple of years. Mobile, yeah, great. It'd be great for your mobile coding setup for sure. Got a standing desk. I've got a standing desk too. I don't use it a ton though because I have a lot of shit on my desk, and I'm always afraid of like right now I'm knocking the camera over. See, so I don't use it much because I'm always afraid it's gonna fuck my setup up. But I should find a way to maybe do some better cable management, and maybe figure out a better way to my camera's on a tripod back there behind me, so maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe there's a way I can integrate more standing up. Yeah, that would work. Bluetooth keyboard, phone, and a big portable monitor. That'd be nice. I could totally see that being a thing. I think I already have that set up. I think I already have it. Let's do a new one, new window here. We need Ubuntu. Let's see. That. We will do Perl -- version. Okay. Yeah, I haven't used Samsung DeX much. I have an S25 phone, but I've not used Samsung DeX much. Do you like it? Do you get much use out of it? Yeah, I need to spend a little bit more time on the cable management. That's more of a me issue than a desk issue. Dude, I fell asleep last night with my AirPods in my ear, and God, man, I think I like bruised my ear or something. Kind of hurts. See, make a curl request to the following URL and look at the response. Make the request again, but this time redirect the output to temp JSON's temp issues.json. Okay. I'm not very good with curl. I can do the basics. Okay, curl. What issues.json. Okay. Oh, I should have put it in temp. Remove issues.json and instead do /temp /. Use it as a display adapter, really. I use Ubuntu XFCE with Wayland on a Termux section. Very cool. Dude, you've got like a whole talk about a mobile coding workflow, dude. That's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to figure out how to save this Ubuntu installation over here once I get done streaming. Okay. Redirect the response to user.json. If you need to send JSON data using the -h option to set, or if you need to send JSON data, use the -h option to set the content header and the -d option to pass the JSON data. Make a post request the following URL with the JSON data below. Okay, I'm gonna set that off to the side here. So we'll do curl, copy, is it there? So we've got to set the -x, -x. Capital X is post. And then -h is key value, so it's content type, application /JSON, and then we have our data, which is -d. And there's actually a pretty good amount of curl, or a pretty good amount of JSON here, so let's see. We do don't really want to type it all, but for the love of the game. Let's see, start with USB Live Ubuntu. If you're stuck in GNU Grub, you can boot into the UEFI disk ISO, then go to a terminal within the live distro and troubleshoot existing grub. Okay, I probably will be bugging you on Discord later. I've never had to do any of that before, so that's that will all be new territories. I'll get to learn more about managing a Linux installation. I'm not really sure what happened. When I walked down this morning, I saw a Discord alert that it was down, and then age 39. We need a closing. And I think we're good. Yeah, I think that worked. Now we'll do the same thing, but we'll redirect the output to temp /user.json. No such file or directory. Oh, hold on. No, that should be right. Temp user.json. Why is it not creating it? It's probably something about the The long JSON command. It could sadly even be your drive cooked it. Oh no! Well, it would be okay. I got my money's worth out of that MacBook Air, so if it's cooked, it's cooked. The hardware is a MacBook Air. It's like an old, probably, shit, I must have got that thing in 2012, 2013. I mean, I've had it for a long time now. Why is this not working when I try to redirect to a file? It's like it's not registering that this is... ls. Oh, it's because temp really doesn't exist. It's TMP. There we go. The devil's in the details. Devil's in the details. Okay, make a post request the following URL with the JSON data. Redirect the response to standard out. Okay. I don't understand. Why am I doing that again? Oh, I submitted for the wrong lesson. Let's see. Install JQ. Oh, yes. Good old. I think I have JQ already installed. Yeah. JQ should come baked in to every Linux distro. Should just be there. It should just be there. That reminded me I need to update my latest configs. Oh, that's not going to work because git t's down. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Have I tried power cycling it? Yes, I tried turning it off and turning it back on. And no luck. It just keeps booting into the grub mode. Oh, I didn't take my break. Hold on, reset. I'm gonna lift my kettlebell. So one thing about wearing an Apple Watch is it makes doing kettlebell exercises a little dangerous. Okay. Alrighty. Is it booting into GNU Grub like terminal? Yes, it's boot. Here, I'll show you actually. Hold on one sec. I can show you. Let's see, droid cam. Let's turn that guy off. And let's turn this on. See if I can get it to fire up here. There's my keyboard. Forgive the shakiness. There we go. Okay. This is what it's doing. I don't know if you can see that. But that's what it's given me. Oh, hey, look, picture in picture. Yeah, that's the Kale has been trying to give me some pointers on how to fix this Linux installation that seems to have gone haywire. No, it wasn't TimpleOS. It's Ubuntu server. It's just running on a little old MacBook Air. It was what I was using to run my Git server. Oh, you got ads. I'm sorry. Here. I know how to fix that. Here you go. Let's see. Twitch at 99 Oblivion. It was Ubuntu server running on MacBook Air. Seems like the install got screwed up. There you go. Sorry about the ads. Thanks for watching it. Yeah, I don't get why Terry Davis is goated, but I feel like his life was very tragic. Very kind of sad and tragic. Like if Terry Davis was one of my sons, I would be kind of sad about the way it all played out for him. Hey, iSpooky. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Life is good? Okay, now we need to do some curl stuff. Okay, make a git request to this URL. Use JQ to extract each issue's title and estimate from the response. Okay, so we do curl this URL, copy, paste. And we're going to pipe it into JQ. And we're going to ask for the title of each issue. Well, actually, let me see what's the, so it's an array. Okay, so then we'll say pipe to JQ. And we specifically want to iter over this array. And we want the title. What else? Title and estimate. Okay. Then and then we want to redirect that to /temp/issue info.txt. And then we need to submit. Wonderful. Oh, that was the end of the course. You finished the HTTP clients and Go course. Great stuff. I know. My reviews are super helpful. Awesome. Awesome. Sure, awesome. Hey, Steven. Let's see. Yeah, those ninja crazy. I'm doing well. What we working on? I don't... Gunheist, what are you talking about? What are we working on? We are working on boot.dev. Finally, the end of Go. I don't know if it's the end of Go. I think the next course is also Go. The next, we're building a Pokédex now. Oh, I was talking about the tragic life of Cherry Davis and his paranoia. Yes, for sure. For sure. It's a very, very tragic. Is it now time to learn stop? What is stop? Is that a programming language? Stop programming language? No, it's not the end of Go. We're going to build a Pokédex now. The stop programming language was developed mostly within full group work sessions for design, architecture, and tutorial purposes. Huh. Of course there's a stop programming language. Because why wouldn't there be? No, I think I don't think I want to learn any more languages at this point. I think I just want to get better at the ones I know. Like I feel like I'm pretty decent at C# and TypeScript, but last year I picked up Go and Rust, and I'd like to get better at those, particularly Rust, because I want to use Rust for Advent of Code. So I need to spend some time solving some more complex things with Rust. Well, first and foremost, priority number one is we have to finish Arch. We have to get to Archmage. That's priority number one. Learning the magic of iterators in Rust is super satisfying. So hopefully then I will come across that. Hopefully I'll level up a little bit, and I do like a good iterable and iterator in TypeScript and C#. So I'm assuming I'll appreciate them in Rust too. Go has iterables too. Yeah. It's just nice to be able to loop over things without needing a lot of boilerplate to do it. Okay, I already have this installed. Success. Oh, the one thing I was going to check on real quick is as the stream I don't think has had any connection issues today either. Okay, I think it's kind of safe to say we've sorted out the networking issues that I was experiencing. So that feels like a very successful week to me, regardless of what happens for the rest of it. Okay, by the end of the step, you'll have a simple working program in Go. Create a main.go file. Yep. I recommend naming the module by its remote location. For example, oh, okay. So actually what we should do here is let's actually troubleshoot. Hold on, I gotta move some stuff around, but let's actually troubleshoot getting my Git server back up. Okay. You guys aren't going to be able to see, or maybe I can set up a camera so you guys can see. I've never done this before. Well, I guess I should say I've never had this problem before. So hopefully with some chat magic and a little bit of maybe with a little bit of Gemini's help, we can sort this out. Dinner? Nice. Dinner sounds good. Food sounds good. Yeah, the bootloader. So basically, when I came down this morning, see if I can. When I came down this morning to stream, the this computer that runs my Git server was down, and when I restarted it, it just went straight into grub instead of actually booting up. So now I need to figure out why that's happening and see if I can fix it. I'm repurposing the coffee camera. So here's what we're working with. Web dev certification? I would, if it was me, I'd go to Free Code Camp. Good old Free Code Camp. Okay. So this is my predicament currently. And so what I need to do is I need to figure out how to deal with this situation. And anybody is welcome to backseat drive because I know very little about dealing with this. Finally a setup view. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to write home about my setup. I just have this my desk and then my Xbox computer. There's really not much. There's really not much to write home about, honestly. Let's see. I have an Ubuntu server that when I rebooted now just loads into Grub. What troubleshooting or recovery steps should I take? I'm just deferring to the almighty LLM because I don't know. I don't know what to do. Can't read the first line. Let me see if I can get a little closer. God, that's really poor quality. I don't know how to make it any better, honestly. The first line just says Ubuntu though on it. So it says Ubuntu, Ubuntu or advanced options for Ubuntu. Those are the only two options I get. Maybe if I'm gonna end up spilling my coffee and just completely wrecking everything. I have a capture card, but I'm currently using that for something else. That might be a little better. Maybe a little better. Yeah. And then actually here, why don't I add, instead of using DroidCam itself, why don't I do this? Why don't I do, we'll add a video device. We will capture the DroidCam. Oh my God, that's too big. Sorry. And we'll just put that right. Racha. Welcome to the troubleshooting stream, where we try to repair the things that Steven has broken. Actually, I don't feel like this one's my fault. I feel like this is somebody else's fault. Okay. So I'm going to follow some, what happens if you press enter? Okay, if I press enter, it says failure. It says failure, excuse me. Failure reading sector, memory address from HD1. You need to load the kernel first. It's my fault, blame me. No, dude, you're great. Keep hanging around the stream, man. That's oh no. Damn it. That's an oh no moment. Okay. That's a start over. That's a, you do not collect $200. You do not pass go. Straight to jail. Let's see. GPT-1. GPT-1. Error, disk not found. Once you find the partition containing your file example, point grub to it. Oh, that should have been HD1, huh? Okay, don't know what that is. E5, don't know what that is. Unknown file system. Unknown file system. Let's try GPT-3. Huh. What have I not tried? I guess I haven't tried. I think I've tried them all. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I think I've... Hold on, let me see. Is the external drive on HD1 a USB external drive? I don't think... There's no USB connected to it at all. Okay, so none of them are showing me a... Typing like this is kind of awkward. Okay, that's the one right there. That's got my boot. Okay, so let me set root equal. I'm definitely gonna mistype this at some point. The question is why this happened, you know? So set root. Did I spell that right? I think I spelled that right. Okay, and then what? Load the Linux kernel. Replace dev boot into Ubuntu. Okay. I guess if I screw this up, it's not a big deal because I have it all backed up on my NAS. And this computer is on its last leg anyways. So I don't know what sorry, I'm reading. I'm trying to read Gemini at the same time. Why are you typing GPT-3? I have no idea. That's the name of when I did LS, it listed HD1.GPT3, HD1, comma GPT-3. Should I not be typing the GPT-3 part? Is that unnecessary? Okay, for this command. Excuse me. I didn't mean to burp into the mic. That's my bad. Those are petitions all good so far. Okay, cool. So let grub find the UUID easiest. Oh, maybe it is there. Okay, I'm gonna try this. We'll see how this goes. If I screw it up, I screw it up. So be it. Error VM Linus not found. Okay. Okay, there's nothing in that folder. There's nothing in boot. Oh, there it is. VM Linus generic, and then the Yeah, okay. So it's I have to set those specific. I have to point it at that specific thing. Okay. Boot wasn't mounted, it seems. Okay, let's do Linux slash God, this is so hard to this is not the most ergonomic experience. One sec. There we go. So we want boot / VM dash 6.8.0. Oh, those are commas. Period. 8. I know this is thrilling content, isn't it? 136. Generic. Okay. See if that works. Did I mistype something? I don't think I mistyped anything. Oh, someone said mostly .NET? I like it. Okay, so I did set the root properly, didn't I? Yeah, I set the root to that guy. Okay. Okay, we established boot doesn't have anything in it. Oh, no. We should be setting it equal to this guy, HD1. Okay. Okay. See? This is why you need to pay attention. So we should be setting it to this guy. This should be HD1, comma GPT2, like that. That's what I should be doing. Oh, my timer's still running. We don't need you anymore because we're not we're not doing that right now. Let's see. HG blah blah blah. Okay, that looks good. Then we do boot. Then we do. We go back up here. Okay. Then we do Linux. Try this again. And instead of that, because boot isn't in there. Error, fail reading sector. So that's the error we're getting on boot. So I guess that's good, right? We just recreated the problem we're getting when it boots up. So what does that mean? The hard drive's bad? So best case, the partition names changed order for some reason. Worst case, drive's corrupted. Okay, so I guess based on that error, I'm thinking the drive is corrupted. Let's see. It says the error is the root cause of why your server dropped into grub. Means grub is physically hitting an unreadable block on disk drive HC1. Since it's failing at the hard drive, grub can't load the kernel or initial RAM disk off that drive. Here's what the error. Okay. Great. Immediate recovery steps. Insert an Ubuntu server or desktop live USB drive. Boot the machine from the USB drive. Select try Ubuntu. Check smart status. Okay. Attempt file system repair. All right. The question is, do I want to do that? Or should I just wipe it and start over? What did cause it? I have no idea. I came down this morning and it was down. But I was going to do the next lesson of boot.dev, but I need a remote repo. And I use Git as my remote repo. So I'm thinking... Okay, so I'm thinking one of two things. I set up a new Git server on another machine and just point it at the backup of all the Git data I have, or we try to fix this, I guess. I don't know what I did with my USB drive. Ha! Found it. We hit a shit. Oh, okay, cool. So let's do that then. So I think this is already flashed with... I think that's already flat. Okay, so put the USB in. Okay. So we got to do, turn this off. Bye-bye, computer. Turn it on. I think I want that one, right? Yeah. Try or install Ubuntu. See what happens here. I'm pretty sure that's what's on this USB drive. Okay. Getting the Wi-Fi to work on this was such a pain in the ass, I tell you what. I had to like, there's some crazy driver, Broadcom drivers that you have to go find from GitHub somewhere. It was such a pain in the ass to do. You ready to do some work? Then boom, hit it. Well, we did get some work done. We did finish the HTTP client course. We did finish that. Okay, that's not going to work. Waiting for cloud init, that's not going to work, right? Because that's probably needs... There is no Wi-Fi. You have no Wi-Fi. Yeah, but we did get some work done. But then I decided to take us on a side tangent here to see if I could... Well, this is taking me through the installer. I don't want to do that, do I? How do I... Now we have about 15 minutes to sort this out. When are we going to face Gandalf? I'd be so keen to see how you handle it. Gandalf in boot.dev? I don't think Gandalf's in boot.dev, is he? Okay, depending on which installer screen you're looking at, use one of these quick commands. The keyboard shortcut, Control-Alt F2. Okay. Control-Alt. Look for help. Yeah, enter shell. Okay. So now what are we going to do? Once you see the shell, LSBLK. LSBLK. Okay. Then check the hardware health smart status of the internal SSD. So I guess this is I want to check the one where we're getting the error, right? So that would be, I guess, where this partition is here. So we do smart control. This is all new to me. I'm learning. I'm going to have to look up what this stuff is. Oh, we have to install it. Oh, we can't because I'm not connected to the internet, bro. Well, shit. Okay. Well, this plan's kind of borked. Also, I don't know where I got that word borked from. I just made it up. I wonder if I have... I wonder if I have an Ethernet adapter I could plug into this. I think almost a similar thing happened to me when I got PC with Windows 11 in it. I changed my OS to Linux when I tried it. Wi-Fi internet works fine. Afterwards, I booted it up and I can't connect for some reason. Gladly, I was able to resolve a problem by power draining it. Yeah, I don't know. The Wi-Fi works weird because the chip, I think it's the chip, the Wi-Fi chip that's in this MacBook Air is a Broadcom chip, and I think their drivers are proprietary. So getting it to successfully connect to the Wi-Fi was a real pain in the butt. I guess we could just do, let's see, what's this do? SFCK. Okay, I don't see... Could you get the Wi-Fi program from the drive technically, but I don't recommend that unless you want to spend more time on it. Well, that's the question I think at this point is like there's nothing really on this there's nothing really on the computer that is mission critical, you know. It's all it was all all that Git-T stuff was bad. Even if the Git-T stuff was lost, it's not really a big deal. Because all those repos are on GitHub, mirrored to GitHub. Okay, so let's do this. FCCK dash FY dev slash SDA 3. So all that's doing is returning me the let's see, whenever I have a clanker right now leading me in something I know nothing about, so this is not going swimmingly well. Hmm. Okay. I don't know what that did. There was output, and it said something about automatically removing dirty bit. It automatically removed some dirty bits. SDB, what, 1? So it looks like that program, it just, bad magic number in superblock. Superblock could be read or does not describe a valid. Huh. I don't know what these, I don't know how these partitions map to the, oh, you guys can't see that. I know that's kind of hard to see. It's not really the best. I don't know how those partitions map onto those drives we saw earlier. Let's see. I ran it on one partition, and it said it removed some dirty bits. It removed a dirty bit. A dirty bit is usually set by OS to inform itself that some data could be incomplete or corrupt. It usually fixes itself on self-repairs on restart. Okay. So I guess... Yeah, it still failed. Okay. Well. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll spend some time on this later today. I might just go ahead and set up a new Git server for the time being. Get everything pointed at that, and then go from there. I mean, I am curious to find out what happened, though. You know, I am curious, like, was it really a hardware failure? But I think in order to do that, I need to get this connected to the internet in such a way that I can... Because the way I got it connected to Wi-Fi was I actually connected my phone via USB to this thing, and then I tethered to the phone. So maybe I can do that to get the SmartMon tool. Maybe I can do that to get that installed in the live installer. And then maybe I'll report back on what ended up.
Peninsula is reminding you to hydrate.
Thank you, Mark. That's very kind of you. You could set up a CLI harness, let it read the data at once. I'm confident it's fixable, but Gemini is not going to be the one to fix it. Yeah. Yeah, Gemini trying to lead the blind leading the blind. Yeah. Well, shit. You said, well, shit. Yeah, that's how I feel. Well, shit. Okay. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm out of time today to fuck with it on stream, though. Can delete that. Okay, so when we come back tomorrow, we're going to pick up on building a Pokédex in Go, which is the course we're on now. we did level up today, which is good. I think we leveled up. Yep, we went up. Was it 2 levels? I think I started at 73, or maybe I started at 74. I can't remember. So we did level up, so that's good. And we're 25 levels away from reaching Archmage. So I would guess if we play our cards right and we use our potions, we might, by the time we build a blog aggregator, I don't know. I guess it depends on how much they scale the XP, right? I wonder if they strategically scaled the XP so that it requires you to go through the whole course to get there. I doubt it though. I doubt that. So we're nearing the end of our Archmage journey. Blind is leading the blind. It really is, man. I mean, AI, that's how AI is. If you don't know what you're talking about and you're using a large language model to inform you, yeah, you better be verifying what it's telling you. For sure. Yeah, I mean, if I really cared about this machine, I would not be trying to blindly rush to have Gemini tell me how to fix it, but I'm okay with this machine dying and never coming back. I'm okay with sacrificing the machine to the clanker. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. This was fun. I had a good time this morning. I'll be back tomorrow. More of this. And yeah. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging around. Oh, also, I don't know if Kale's still here, but I forgot to set up the members speech command last night, so I'll do that today. And so if you're a member or if you're a member on YouTube or if you're a subscriber on Twitch, we're going to make a text to speech command for you guys where you can obviously type like a bang command and then you can pick a voice and what you want to say, and we'll basically allow people to do text to speech. We'll have a cooldown on it. There'll be a limit on it and stuff, but that will be a benefit because I like text to speech. I think text to speech is fun. I think it makes the streams more entertaining. So that's the plan. See selection phase, didn't chat, but bye. Well, thank you for hanging out. That's totally fine. You're more than welcome to lurk all you want. We actually have a lurk command dedicated for lurkers because I am a lurker myself. You can type lurk. I lurk in most streams that I hang out in too. I just like the vibes. So you are more than welcome. We'll make a comeback tomorrow. We will make a comeback tomorrow. I'll let you know what I figure out about this computer. I'll keep you updated on the MacBook Air saga. All right, guys. Have a wonderful Friday. And if you've already had your Friday, I hope it was good. I hope you guys have a great weekend ahead of you. Hopefully none of you are working too much or too hard. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye. See you guys. Appreciate y'all.